see in the surveillance video at Riva. The last one in particular is a photograph of 4 men together that was taken less than a month before the shooting. And none of, obviously, neither Mr. Boatwright nor Mr. Newsom are in any of those photographs. That 4th photograph contains both Mr. Allen and Mr. Williams, along with 2 other individuals. It is part of our theory of defense that Mr. Allen is not only testifying to protect himself, but to protect the other 2 actual culprits, the actual murderers in the case. And so we are seeking to introduce these photographs to show the jury that not only were there other men in Mr. Allen's life who matched this description, but that who he was friendly with, that he hung out with, and that he hung out with Mr. Williams shortly prior, just prior to the homicide.
So this presents another problem. The other problem that it presents, Judge, is now, if they're seeking to introduce photos, which is a portion of a complete set of social media, it's the same issue that Mr. Kimmock was addressing yesterday in terms of the rule of completeness. Also, in the second set of photographs, there are what the state would argue gang symbols that are being thrown up by one or more of the individuals, which then introduces potentially an issue that the state would have to rebut, which goes against, I believe, the 3 co-defendants. And it's more than just saying that these photographs, because for convenience, this particular witness can authenticate them. This witness is available and will be available throughout the duration of the trial.
I've already ruled on the order.
What I was going to say is, because of the fact that this witness is available, the other issue is the authentication regarding where the photos come from, specifically Facebook. That is a separate authentication issue regarding the Facebook account. Same like the state would have to authenticate the Facebook through whether an affidavit or a records custodian. I believe this is an attempt to backdoor that in and to get in only a portion of evidence that might be favorable, I guess, to their defense. If that's their defense and they intend on making that their defense, they should put on a case if they're going to do that. So they're attempting to do that through the state's case, which that's the reason why I'm objecting as to that. And the other evidence I'm putting in anyway. So,
Judge, we would join in.
She said she used all the evidence.
This admitted at this time. We feel it's directly relevant. And the witness himself can, of course, talk about authentication and give us everything we need. Anyone from Facebook.
Correct. As to the authentication, this is the best person to do it. It's his Facebook account. He's the one who posted the pictures. He's the one who's actually in the pictures. As to the best evidence, all of the documents rule, I am more than happy to provide the entire report from Facebook. There is an extraordinary amount of prejudicial information about Mr. Allen that there's no possible way I could get that in.
They definitely shouldn't have killed homie, man. That was fucked up.
With the homicide.
But
And
50
so,
bands.
if the state wants to do that, we're happy to do that, but there's just,
They're going to fry these kids.
with all the messages and everything like that. It's just so, these photographs are relevant. They can be authenticated by this witness.
I'm in my new crib. I got plastic cups, yo.
To be able to do so.
First of all, again, I've already made a ruling that I'm going to allow the introduction of evidence on the state side of the case. Yes, it's over the state's objection. Secondly, with respect to authentication of the photographs, the witness appears in each of the photographs, and similar to my ruling on evidence that the state was putting in, you certainly, don't have to know who took them, don't have to know that they come from Facebook, don't have to know anything else. It's just a photograph, and you can either identify them as being fair and accurate representations of...
He was definitely a talent. He was going to be special if he got to live longer. He was one of them ones, for sure.
Yeah.
So I don't have a difficulty with that. with respect to whether or not there are gang signs being flashed, we are not going to have anyone come in and testify about what are or aren't gang signs.
These
And
dumb niggas was on the Facebook right after
I
showing the
suppose
money.
there are members of gangs who, if they saw signs, would recognize them as signs. Just as a person in the world, the court is aware that kids, adults, people who are not members of any groups or associations oftentimes make funny symbols with their hands. Sometimes they make symbols that are gang symbols, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they are members.
I'm with the judge on that. That's a fact.
So, unless counsel is intending to introduce them and say, so I see people are making hand gestures, what does that mean? That would be something different, okay? If it's a matter of, is this you, and do you know any of these people? I think that's fine. I would also say, though, that we are bordering the area of relevancy if we're trying to bring out how many.
Yeah, I loved all them
people
artists too,
around
man. They was
life
real artists.
might be thin and between 6 foot and 6'2". That could be thousands of people. And I'm not going to allow the defense to bring in photos of thousands of people.
It usually happens to the best,
Similar
too.
height and build, because I think that stretches the level of relevancy.
Something about X, he the only one that had the balls to go against Drake.
Are there any other objections to these?
That little nigga could fight too. He didn't care. He'll fight
And
and whatever.
over objection, if
Rest
they
in
can be
peace.
authenticated, I would allow those in.
And Judge, we were just handed some photos by Mr. Padilla, so we just need to take a look at them before we address
Sure.
any potential objections.
No harm.
I'm giving them back to you here pretty shortly.
I'm funny. That's really good.
Mr. Padilla?
This ain't what you want.
Every time you review something, and, you know, it's not the system itself, because I think the system off.
That makes it
I can turn it on.
Okay, that's why.
And I can- No what? No, that's how I do it.
Them niggas try to say Drake had something to do with that. That shit was just retarded. We know Drake ain't that stupid. These kids, nobody hired these kids because you don't hire stupid kids to do stupid shit. You hire, you know, somebody that's willing to do, somebody that's fit to do the job. Them dudes was on Facebook right after showing off the money. They were just some wild little stupid kids, and they were destined to get locked up and get caught. They wasn't gonna get away with that shit at all. Every dude that, you know, Pop Smoke killers, they caught them, allegedly. You know, PNB Rock killer, they caught him. Juice WRLD, he killed himself, that's what they said. There's some people saying some shit happened to Juice WRLD. I don't know. They saying it wasn't really an overdose. It's day 4 of the trial. You know they gonna fry this kid.
Plug it back in, so it's rebooting.
It's rebooted.
Just say what you want. Fried chili.
Your Honor, are we back on the record?
If you'd like to.
I'd like to be. There's just some additional photos that if we can address while we're,
Okay, get down here with the dumbass photos. Like,
Okay.
so there's 3 photos total, and they're close-ups of Mr. Allen. I recall the circumstances that Mr. Padilla took them under, And when he was deposing Mr. Allen, the questions about them were also regarding the gang affiliation of the specific images of the tattoos. I've asked Mr. Padilla about that. He says that's not the reason that he's going to be entering them. I would object if that is the reason, or if the line of questioning even comes close to that. He indicated that he's going to be asking for a completely different reason, and so I wanted to put that on the record in case it becomes an issue at a later time.
Judge, again, I will not be getting into gang affiliations.
So what is the purpose?
The purpose is, I'm going to put him on the stand and he's probably going to say he's remorseful, and bottom line is that he continues to break the rules. I have the image of him when he got arrested, and I have those images. That's one of the main reasons.
Calm
And there's other
down.
reasons. Would you like for me to continue?
Yeah.
Okay, there's also the fact that he has a tattoo of a bag of money tattooed on his face, and in this case, he was charged with a homicide where they took a bag of money. So I believe
That's
it's relevant to say to a jury.
Because he got
he's
a tattoo
remorseful.
of a
If he
bag
tells
of
me,
money.
I've been remorseful since this happened. Really? Because when you go to Broward jail, you continuously get tattoos and things that could be construed as
That don't
you're not
mean
remorseful, and you keep breaking the law.
This nigga out of pocket.
Or the rules. I believe that it's relevant.
Regarding remorse, that's not, his feelings on what he did after the homicide or how he feels about it are actually not relevant. I didn't elicit any testimony regarding that. Also, anything that he's doing breaking the rules of Broward County policy and procedure while he's in custody are considered prior bad acts, which I don't know that, the way that he wants to bring it out, I think we would have had to have a prior hearing regarding that to show some relevancy as to the crime at issue. And so I'm not sure I would object based on that. And the jury can see, he's been here, this is going to be his third day close to them in custody. He's not dressed up any different. They know he's in custody. They know he's pled guilty to murder, so.
Judge, I believe that depends on how he testifies. And I believe that it is relevant, and I should be allowed to do that.
I believe you're addicted.
Hey, what's up with you?
Uh-oh. What's going on?
I just don't follow the argument that a tattoo.
I guess it's relevant because he wanna give him a more severe punishment.
I think that's a stretch. Secondly, the idea that he's breaking some infractions with respect to adding additional tattoos while in custody is such a collateral matter that would need testimony of people talking about what the rules and regulations are there, and what exceptions there are, and they just puts us on a collateral issue that is not particularly relevant to the case, would lead to mislead the jury and confuse the issues. And so, if those are your reasons, your request to enter into a
Denied.
noted in preserve. If you would like, we can make those a court exhibit to attach for the appellate record.
Can I keep brainstorming? And maybe address it later?
Certainly.
Judge, my final thing, at some point, I'm requesting permission to proffer a cross-examination of Mr. Allen about the alleged statements made by Mr. Newsom yesterday. That would include exactly where he was and all of that the court has said that we should not get into. And so at some point today, whether it's before or after, I'm requesting permission to do that.
This is outside the presence of the jury?
Yes.
Okay.
The court has ruled that we can't ask him any questions about it being in custody. And
Well,
circumstances.
he's
that
in
happen.
custody, but we're in custody, so.
Right. That's part of our obvious theme of our cross-examination is that he is lying, is that he is continuing to lie. I think there's very serious holes in his story about what Mr. Newsom has said, and I'd like to be able to cross-examine him on that. The court has said no. I would like to proffer that.
Okay, you can proffer that, but also
Okay.
understand the rules of evidence when we're talking about, again, collateral matters. you are generally stuck with the answer you get, correct?
Yes, Judge.
All right. Would his, having been spoken to for whatever reason by a defendant you are not representing be a collateral matter to you?
No, because Mr. Boatwright is sitting at the table with Mr. Newsom. This jury has been led to believe that it happened in the courtroom, and which would also tend to suggest there were other witnesses to it.
Which would be collateral evidence, which the court would not allow you to come in and bring extrinsic evidence of collateral matters to the trial.
I mean,
Yo, thanks, James Hudson.
I
We
don't
gotta get together,
believe that
do
there's
some West
any
Coast,
rule
East
that
Coast,
prohibits us
down south
from
shit. Discuss some
cross-examining
things.
him on something that he is
I got
lying
somebody on the
about.
south, got somebody on the east, somebody on the west.
Position
Chop it up.
that he was lying on the stand in a case in which Mr. Boatwright is a defendant.
Your position has to be based on something other than you think he's a liar. If his testimony
Exactly.
is consistent with
'Cause
that
you think he's a
deputy
liar.
who, when they were not.
I hate these
together,
fucking public
gave
defenders, yo.
An identical account of what occurred. You would certainly be free to ask him whether or not.
I mean, these,
Mr. Boatwright was present at the time.
DAs and
He
shit.
was not. So that's something that if you wish to ask him about, it's fine, but your internal belief that he's not being truthful with nothing else is not grounds for impeachment.
Not at all. Shout out
I'm
Cheech.
confused because he's asking for impeachment, but this is outside the presence of the jury. So what is the purpose of trying to impeach him? And he asked him,
He
he
wants to
cross-examined
proffer
him
the
yesterday.
questions that he would ask if allowed to. If he wants to do. You can proffer the questions right now, even without him being here.
And also, Judge, he did that yesterday. So we're just going to readdress it again, even though the law of the case is that Your Honor has already ruled.
Yeah, this
He's not
is-
even bringing up a reason why he's challenging
Get him.
or has any redress with the court as to why he's allowed to bring it up again. Your Honor has
Thank you.
ruled. He has remedies. He could file something with the 4th DCA. He could do that. I don't understand what we're doing here.
He only has remedies on appeal, not interlocutory for something like this. However, once again, you can impeach people with prior statements, prior acts, prior things that you have some independent
She tight. She mad.
way of
She like, why do you keep
verifying.
bringing that up?
You're
You already
saying,
said no.
I think
Why is
he's
he bringing it
lying
up?
Is not, that's not a basis of impeachment. That's just your belief. You don't have a previous statement where he did not say that. You do not have a witness who was present at the time who would say that's not what happened. You just don't believe him. That's not a basis of impeachment.
Judge, I'm asking for a ruling on whether I can proffer that
You
testimony.
can proffer your question.
Can I proffer the testimony, please, of Mr. Allen?
His testimony is there. You can proffer your questions.
So is the court denying my request? to
Let's hear the
proffer
questions.
The questions are, isn't it true, Mr. Allen, that this alleged incident did not occur in this courtroom?
This guy already got an attitude, yo. You see him?
It occurred in a hallway in the
He
jail.
gonna fuck around and make the
correct?
kid win.
Isn't it true that the person that said this was completely surrounded by curtains to the extent that you could not see the person inside, correct? Isn't it correct that the only way that you believe that it was Mr. Newsom is because you recognized his shoes, correct? And is it your testimony that you saw Mr. Newsom's shoes for all of 2 seconds when he walked into this courtroom yesterday? You remember not only his shoes, but whoever else's shoes are in this courtroom, and that's how you were able to identify that it was Mr. Newsom who allegedly said this to you. Is that correct?
Several of those questions are already in the record because you asked them at the time. And the first set is exactly where it happened. I've already ruled. is not going to come in front of the jury because it would prejudice one of the other defendants and really has no relevancy to your client or your case. So your objection is noted, preserved. The questions you were going to ask are proper. Thank you.
On this particular issue, I have one more meant to mention.
Okay, well, I just...
James, you hear it good, right?
All right, thank you.
So of the three, there's just one picture here, and this picture has the name Mercedes, and part of what I'm going to be getting, into is infidelity, how infidelity prompted him to use other phones and do things to avoid the fact that he was being unfaithful. I believe that one of the people that he was being unfaithful with was Mercedes, and the fact that he tattooed her name on her forehead, on his forehead, is such a rare act that I think is indicative of how he feels about her and how scared he would be and the steps that he would take to hide other relationships. And for that, I would ask just this one thing.
That will be denied.
She ain't playing. I like her. Even though she's shaped like it. Never mind.
Oh, we went to the restroom? Oh,
Did he?
yeah, I didn't
In
hear.
session, we should not be leaving the courtroom.
One thing I don't like, you see how that other lawyer, he's really going hard to like put the, he already, you know, the boy already, you know, if he gonna go down for murder, he going down for murder. Why he trying to add on other shit to make it like, I guess, what he trying to put him on death row or something? This dude is a real jackass. He talking about, he got tattooed money bags on him. The fuck? Because he got tattoos of a money bags on him after. That's what these kids do. You feel me? These two are they facing the real shit right here. These two. You feel me? I think they the one of these dudes, the trigger man.
So
And the other fat kid, he the one that told on everybody.
And it's still not working.
Is someone coming down?
Well, yeah, the fat. There you go, right there.
How long is that gonna be?
He the
Voting
tattoo
thing.
I don't
All
know.
of them need to be there?
Suck your mama titty.
Judge Tudor's chambers, I can get you the number for him. You can call him up and ask him.
Sure.
He ready to tell. Look at him. He ready.
So,
He
until that time,
ready.
if we need to have a sidebar, the sidebar is going to be jurors going in back.
Okay,
Until I can get
Yo,
those
he
dates.
look crazy.
noted.
But when you look at PC, when you're in jail or whatever, I'm not saying nobody should go, but
They were able to-
look at PC and the
There's
special
lots
needs
out in the
line.
hallway that
All
they
them
went
dudes
in.
look crazy as hell.
Once I can get one of the tech people.
They all look crazy like him.
YouTube, some white noise and.
He about to tell on everything.
That's what I
He
want
gonna
you
say
to
I ain't do
do.
nothing.
I got
And
you.
then,
He gonna say, give me free
that, but no.
if I go home to my mommy.
All right, parties are present. Are we ready to proceed?
Yes, Judge. Yes, Your Honor.
He gonna say, we gonna move away, mommy, when I get up. He gonna move to Colorado, Arkansas, some shit, whatever. Not Arkansas, we'll go there.
And,
Yes.
He gonna move to Utah like NBA young boy.
you're calling him.
But shout out to NBA young boy. Reaper child.
He's like, how are we defending both?
Why is the judge whispering? This is a nice judge too, I'm noticing.
How are we going to keep them separate? D1, D2, D3?
Well, she the girl that write down, like type everything. Was he trying to modify some shit?
Just want to be able to know what we're referring to as defendant boat right. Exhibit 1, defendant boat right, exhibit 2, whatever. Okay. So we will identify them as defendants and then you can,
Your boy about to spill all the beans. Check it out.
when they get back there,
Live with Bush.
looking at the sticker, which one it belongs.
Interesting case, you know, like we were saying in the comments, and people, you know, we losing all the greats. They killing the ones that's special. You feel me? The real stars. We got a lot of stars, but we need them all. We can't be losing them. You feel me? That boy was about to be something special. He already was special, but if he played the game as far as the press and all that, he would have been huge. But he wasn't with none of that. And he liked to fight too, so he's a bull.
Colors in the restroom.
What if you're in there, you're like, fuck that, I ain't standing up, what they would do? They can't really do nothing, right? Somebody got some money, that lawyer was like, he some money. He was like, he get paid. That's the dude that tattooed his baby mama on the forehead after he left XXxTentacion dead. Now let me stop.
I'm like, should I?
Little kids, man, doing stupid shit. How y'all gonna blow away a legend, man? You can't do that. Niggas be hungry for that bread.
Thank you.
It's quick to do that. Ain't no telling. I'm sorry to say what else the niggas did. Ain't got away with, but they seen homie. Did they see? Did they know XX? They follow him from the bank, right? When he took out the 50 bands. Shout out to James. I'm about to roll up again. Shit, it's a good morning. I'm off today. I got a little job though. Don't think I'll just be filming. Because if I didn't, I'll be on this bitch 24/7. But we about to roll up, me and the homie James, East Coast, West Coast shit. And listen to this dude just spill all the fucking beans.
Parties may be seated, court will come to order, the parties are present, the juries are present. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome back. I trust all of you were able to insulate yourselves.
Nowadays, them cameras in the courts, homie.
When last we met, we were in the middle of the cross-examination of the witness by Mr. Booker's attorney. So first of all, you are the same Robert Allen that was here yesterday?
Yes.
I remind you, sir, you are still under oath. Counsel, you may proceed.
Thank you, Judge.
He said, yes, sir. That's another funny part, how nice they be. But then when to their brother or somebody in the streets, or a black man in the streets, they real disrespectful and disgusting. But when they get up and say, yes, sir, yes, ma'am.
Afternoon, sir. We left off yesterday
Smoke this one for
where you had told the
xxxtentacion,
jury that
young talent.
you had changed your story between 2018 and 2022, correct?
Yes.
And you indicated that the story that you gave in 2018 was to protect yourself, correct?
Yes.
Let's talk about others.
Talk about it.
You have other friends out in the community that
Not
will
no
not
more.
be the gentleman sitting at this table, correct?
Yes.
All right. You have your best friend is named Robert Morgan, correct?
Not no more.
Yes.
All right. And he's someone that you still talk to on a regular basis
No.
in the jail now, correct?
Yes.
Captain.
You have another friend named May, correct? Someone that you indicated named May.
You know who we talking about? Nigga.
Pretty sure, yes.
I don't know, mate.
Okay. You have other. You do have other friends in the community, though, correct?
Yes.
We got another friend named McDonald's.
And also, Mr. Allen, it appears that that microphone will not be working right now, so I'm going to ask you to project as well as you can. Thank you. Counsel, proceed.
You had a Facebook account, correct?
Yes.
Your name on that Facebook account was Robberly Rob, correct?
Yes.
And you at times posted pictures of that Facebook account, correct?
Yes.
It's coffee. I'm
Showing
not
you
drinking
we've
this.
marked as Defense Exhibit A for identification purposes. I'm going to ask you to take a look at these photographs. There's 4 photographs. And once you've taken a look at them, you can let me know, please. Can I help him, Judge?
Yeah, he might
Can I
need
help
help.
him
He look
turn
like
the
he need
pages?
help. Don't try to slip him nothing, though. You see how the camera went right on the lawyer's hands? Give a lawyer a big enough bag, he'll try some stupid shit. So,
Do you recognize these photographs?
Yes.
These are photographs that you posted to Facebook, correct?
Yes.
All right. You are in all of these photographs, correct?
Yes.
And these photographs all fairly and accurately reflect what was going on at the time that the photographs were taken, correct?
Yes.
The defense would at this time seek to move
especially
Defense
rolling with this
Exhibit A
dude, how they
into
think they
evidence
wasn't gonna get caught, James?
and publish to the jury?
No objection.
No objection, Judge, and we would move to adopt these photos on behalf of Mr. Lucas.
Well, they're,
Put a hole in the paper.
all right.
Just for the record, I mean.
But they're going to be identified as defendant Boatwright 1, so
That's fine.
they're in evidence, and if you wish, you can ask the jurors to consider them on your case.
Understood, thank you.
No objection.
All right, without objection, what was previously marked Defense Exhibit A for identification will be received into evidence as Defendant Boatwright Exhibit 1, a composite of 4, and you may publish at will.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
We're out with the ball. Oh, man. They setting up, they ready for
So I'm
this.
showing you now what is 1 of 4 from defense 1. You recognize this photograph?
Yes.
Who are you in the photograph?
Come on now.
I have on a red sweater.
All right, you're on the far right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Am I correct that this photograph was posted on February 11th of 2018?
Yes.
And when it was posted with the title Family, correct?
Yes.
Who is this individual next to you?
Yeah, my brother.
Andrea.
I'm sorry?
Andrea.
Andrea? Andrea what?
I don't know that name.
Who is this individual here in the pink shirt in the middle?
Maul.
Maul? Can you tell us Maul's
You know,
full
none of them
name,
niggas
please?
rock with
I don't know
him.
his one name.
Can you tell who this individual is here next to Maul?
James.
Can you tell us James's full name, please?
I don't know his one name.
He said, James?
Tell us who
Not
this
my boy
individual is
James.
here in the black on the left hand side.
Polo.
Can you tell us Polo's full name, please?
I don't know his name.
Showing you 2 of 4. You recognize this photograph. Which individual are you?
One in all black.
Oh, cut off your head, I'm sorry.
When you cop a plea, you don't got to get dressed up. You don't got to get no tuxedo. You don't got to cut your hair, none of that.
This was uploaded on February 25th, 2018, correct?
Yes.
The individual next to you, who is that?
Robert.
Not the homie
Robert
Jay.
Morgan? This is the individual who you have continued to have contact with. You call him regularly, even now, correct?
Yes.
Showing you 3 of 4. That's you on the left, correct?
Yes.
And this photograph was uploaded on April 21st of 2018, correct?
Yes.
Who is the individual next to
Man, I ain't
you?
got to be hugging up on me.
Nate.
I'll take pictures.
What's Nate's last name?
What up, Authentic? We getting real authentic around here.
And showing you 4 of 4. That's you on the right-hand side, correct?
Yes.
Stop acting
Who is
like
this on the far left-hand side?
Diedrich Williams.
Same Dedrick Williams who's at trial here today, correct?
Yes.
that's the one that shot.
The man in the middle with the ripped jeans here, what is his name?
James.
That's the same James from earlier, correct?
Yes.
And the man who is next to James,
I don't know.
you don't know him at all.
No.
Am I correct that both of these individuals are taller than Dedrick?
You don't know him, you hugged up with him.
Yes.
And both of these individuals are taller than you.
Yes.
This photograph was uploaded on May 19th of 2018. Is that correct?
Yes.
Less than a month before the shooting, correct?
Yes.
That's crazy. Yeah, it's almost playing yourself to get dressed. If you already snitched and ratted and gave a deal, get dressed and do your hair and come in there. I mean, you're a super fuck. Lame. But either way, you're lame. They shot him for money, man. They followed him from the bank. They seen he withdrew 50 racks. I don't know if he was on social media when he did it, but they got the drop on
Who
him.
did you live with back in June of 2018?
My mom,
Who else?
my stepdad,
Who else?
Trayvon,
Who else?
sometimes Michael Boatwright.
Anybody else?
Yeah. A lot of people come to stay tonight.
Okay. When you woke up on the morning of June 18th, 2018, who was at your house?
I don't remember.
Was your mom at your house?
I don't know if she was there when I woke up.
Was she there overnight?
Yes.
Was your stepdad?
You gotta stop
there
being
when you woke
difficult
up?
before they take that deal from his
I don't think so.
Was your stepdad there overnight?
Yes.
When you woke up, was Mr. Boatwright at your house?
I think so.
Okay. You have been asked this question many, many times, is that correct?
Yes.
In 2018, you gave that statement first to Detective Curcio in October
Gave
of
shit up
2018.
fast. He was smart for that.
And
He was
you
smart for
were
that.
asked
Man.
the question of
I've never
whether
been
Michael
robbed,
was
but I ain't
there.
gonna die
You
for
gave
nothing.
a
I'll give
different
it up.
answer than you are giving now, correct?
Yes.
When you woke up, was Trayvon at your house?
Yes.
In 2000, and you were asked that question, did you tell Detective Curcio something else?
Judge, I'm going to object. This is improper impeachment. There are at least 5 or 4 statements, 3 of which are from 2018. And I believe he has to
October of 2018.
page line, please.
We're not there yet.
Well, I'm objecting to
Maybe we'll go
improper.
sidebar.
Oh
Did you
shit.
tell, in October of 2018, did you tell Detective Curcio something else?
Yes.
Well, sorry.
Were you lying in 2018, or are you lying to this jury now about whether Michael and Trayvon were at your house on June 18th, 2018, when you woke up?
You said, was I lying in 2018?
Were you lying in 2018, or are you lying to this jury now?
I was lying in 2018.
Isn't it true you can't get your story straight about whether Michael and Trayvon were there at your house when you woke up, because they weren't at your house when you woke up?
Objection argumentative.
Sustained.
Is there a reason why you would lie about something like that in 2018?
Yes.
What's the reason?
Because I was trying to minimize my involvement.
I understand that, and you have testified to that. How does saying that Michael and Trayvon weren't at your house when you woke up in 2018 minimize your involvement?
Because I believe I told Detective Curcio that they was already at Deidre Williams' house.
And that minimizes your involvement somehow.
Yes, because that would be me saying that I
Homie
didn't know
think he on
anything
Law and
about
Order.
these guns or anything
This
like
lawyer. You trying to
Let's
put
talk
on for
about-
the camera?
This rental car. You testified on Wednesday that Diedrich specifically rented the car to rob people. You remember that?
Yes.
You're sure of that as you sit here right now?
Yes.
There's no question in your mind about that?
Yes.
That's a fact, James. My brother got robbed gunpoint.
Isn't it true
He gave it up. Fuck all that.
that at the time Diedrich rented the car, you had no idea why Diedrich was renting the car?
You say, is it true that I didn't know?
Correct.
No, I was fully aware.
In your October of 2018 statement to Detective Curcio, did you say something different?
Yes.
You lied in 2018.
Yes.
Judge, I'm going to object. It's improper impeachment.
He just said
Legal
that.
Sidebar is missed. It's, the way he's doing it is improper
Hold on.
impeachment.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, my sidebar thingy is not working, which is why the microphone system seems to not be working. I've asked someone from the court system to come down and take a
Can't even
look
hear
at
the
it.
judge.
Until they do, and I don't have someone to stand by and go the whole time, so I'm going to need you to step in the back when we have sidebars. Apologize about that. Thank you for your comment.
Everybody know XXX was a tough dude. He wasn't going for nothing, you feel me? Just like P&B Rock, just like Pop Smoke. These kids that get on nowadays, you know, they usually are verified and from where they from, because hip-hop is real authentic, and they're usually tough guys. Unfortunately, they're usually them type of dudes. So, you on top of the world, and then some dude come up, you know, rob. I'm giving it up, but I think the way, I don't know, the bravado probably, what happened, what transpired, I don't know, but something happened to where it was like, you know what I mean? It should have just been like, you got it, homie, here, you got it. That's it. Especially these dudes is rich as fuck, so 50 bands ain't shit. You feel me? And if you get really that mad, see about them niggas later and do your research or whatever else. But as far as being tough when the thing is in your face, thinking you invincible, that ain't it. I guess, you know, these kids is ready to die. Shit, I don't know, but the things in your face, don't be tough. I've been shot at, you know. You know, I never been robbed in my life, but I got jumped, got caught slipping, I got beat up real bad certain times. Everybody could get got. We know that. But if a nigga got that thing in my face, I'ma believe him. What the fuck they do? Why my shit muted? They muted the whole shit or something? Ain't no fighting that. Why is it? Oh, this is off the record or something? She going in too. What the fuck is going on here? Why I can't hear this shit?
And he's not properly doing it.
Oh, there it go.
I don't understand the state's objection. The witness is saying something today that is different from what he said in October of 2018. I asked him, if you said something different in 2018, that is the next step. And to this point, every time he said yes.
And he's admitted it. So if you're going to
All right.
impeach someone, he's admitted
She's
it.
animated.
He said
All
no.
right, instead of you two arguing with each other,
Exactly.
the court will make its ruling. I have some understanding of 608 and impeachment rules. You can ask a question. Did you make a statement at such and such time that was different? You don't have to ask the exact question. You can just ask the question, did you make a different statement at such and such time? The witness says no. Now we're going to say page, line, date, where, all that kind of stuff, and give them an opportunity to be refreshed if necessary, and then ask it again. When the witness says, yeah, I did give a different, the inquiry is done. And that's the procedure. And that's the way it's set out in the law. And that's the way we've been doing it for a long time. So up to this point, Mr. Kimmock's questions have been appropriate. He's asking, did you make a different statement? And the witness himself has said, yeah, I lied at that time. So he's admitted to these inconsistencies. So if you were now to say, all right, let me pull them out and show them, no, that would be improper because he's made the admission. But the procedure at this point is correct. The objection's overruled.
Sorry.
Thank you, Judge. Anything further?
No.
Thank you. Bring them on.
She lost that one. Yeah, you're right. You know, and I heard about that back in the day. They used to call it flocking, James, running up in the cribs, and that's some shit that come with life because it involves violence. It comes with a lot of time because even if somebody's not in the house, it's a violent crime. You feel me? Burglary. I was up top with a bunch of them dudes, and man, that was a thing in LA. Went up in the crib, gunpoint shit. And you gotta imagine when you're in a game, make it a little more easier. Cause now you got 10 niggas willing to go with you at one time, or whatever, 20 niggas do some crazy shit. But I don't know how they do it. It's probably less than that, cause 10 niggas automatically getting pulled over. Going to jail. All right, why they keep making me stand up and sit down? What the fuck?
Parties may be seated, court will come to order. Parties present, members present, welcome back. Counsel may proceed.
Thank you, Judge. You told this jury that you know that Diedrich rented the car to rob someone, correct?
Yes.
You weren't assuming, correct?
Yes.
You weren't guessing, correct?
Yes.
You know, correct?
Yes.
In July of 2022, so 8 months ago, when you gave a statement to this prosecutor, did you say something different?
Yes.
I don't remember. Excuse me? I don't remember. If I showed you a copy of your deposition, or excuse me, of that statement, a transcript of that statement, would that refresh your recollection?
Yes.
2022 statement, bottom of page 8, top of page 9. I'm sorry, I should have asked permission. May I finish with this, Judge?
You may.
I ask you
Yeah,
to
you
start at
can.
line 19 and then go through line 5 of the next page. Yeah.
What?
Line 5. 6, yeah.
That's some LA shit, James.
You can read as much as you want.
Niggas is crazy, you feel me? They get together, got the numbers, anything could happen. But at least it was a straight brawl, you feel me?
That refresh your recollection as to whether you said something different about that in July of 2022.
Yes.
And did you in fact say something different in July of 2022?
All the lies he told.
Something different than what you have told
They trying
this
to-
jury about whether you knew that Diedrich rented that car to rob someone, correct?
I said I assume yes.
You said, I guess, and I assume,
Yeah.
correct?
But he don't care because he already got a deal.
Were you telling the truth to this jury?
Jay? You said
Judge,
I
I'm
was
asking to speak up. I'm sorry, Judge.
When you testified about that, when the prosecutor was asking you questions, and you said you knew that Diedrich, that's why Diedrich rented the car. Were you telling the truth to this jury?
yes.
That's for sure. 90s, a lot of hands, but still a lot of gunplay too, but it was more hands.
You told this jury that the whole plan that day was to ride around and rob people, correct?
Yes.
Back in October of 2018, to Detective Curcio, did you say something different?
I believe so.
I believe so.
Do you want to see the statement to refresh your recollection on that?
Yes.
Asked to approach the bench.
Referring to the October 23rd, 2018 statement.
Yeah, he want to stretch it out. He don't want to go back to
61.
himself. He's like, yes, I want to see. Yes. Watch when they call lunch. I mean, gonna jump up quick.
If you could start at line 13, and you can read as long, you can read to the bottom.
Line 13.
Start at line 13, read to the bottom.
It's really raining out here.
Did Detective Curcio ask you if you knew what they were getting into that day?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. Does this refresh your recollection about what you said back then?
Yes.
He just
And
stretching it out.
In regards to whether there was some sort of plan to rob someone, did you say something different in October of 2018 than what you were telling this jury during this testimony?
Yes.
Actually, let me keep this.
I lied.
And am I correct that during this conversation back in October of 2018, did you feel like you were being pressured by the police to say something that you didn't know?
No.
You already know.
Back in 2018, did you say something different?
You're gonna have to be more specific.
Sure. Back in October of 2018, did you tell the police that you felt like they were trying to pressure you to say something that wasn't true?
I don't remember.
If I showed you a copy of your statement, would that refresh your recollection?
Yes.
Bottom of page 61, line 23. Back in October, does that refresh your recollection as to whether back in October of 2018, you felt like the police were trying to pressure you to say something that wasn't true?
Yeah.
Did you feel like the police were trying to pressure you to say something that wasn't true?
I really don't remember.
You remember saying it now. Is that correct?
He
Yes.
remind me of somebody I know. Yeah, the gun shit is crazy, James. But out here, you already know you're going to prison.
Again, after the
But he's still
October
getting them.
2018 statement, you said there was no plan. State refused to make a deal with you, correct? They didn't make a deal with you in 2018, correct?
No.
They didn't make a deal with you in 2019, 2020, or 2021, correct?
Correct.
I don't know that I'm...
That's you.
They ain't on the table. What is that?
They're fixing the audio, but I'm telling them this is probably not what we had in mind.
No.
You can get what's called throwaway. Yes, sir. Get you a throwaway, 380 tall type of thing, whatever. But you know, y'all got Texas right there. We got the South over here, you know, Atlanta, whatever the fuck. And, you know, things come up quick. Virginia, places like that. Let me not get in on no 1090J shit and start telling everything, but people know what's up, you feel me? And that's how it is. It's crazy, Florida, you know what I mean? It's nothing. And that's what happened. That's where XX got killed in Florida. You know, everybody got a gun. A little kid could walk in the store and cop a gun. 18 years old, you can cop a gun. 21, you can cop an assault rifle. All you need is your ID. See, us being from Cali and New York, we like, damn, that's crazy to think about that, but that's how it's been for them niggas out there. It's been like that. Now, once they got, you know, that gang shit infested with brains and everything, I don't know. They started going crazy, more realistic. So they, you know, it wasn't nothing for them to have guns, big guns. That's how they grew up. And you know, it's been murder rate down south, all different spots down south. We all know there's more bodies dropping down there. It was crazy, except like in the 90s in LA when shit was popping with the gangs all crazy. So, it's a trip. These kids fighting for their life over there. They like looking bad. It's looking bad for them. This dude right here, he like, fuck it. He might get like 5 years or something.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Sorry. See,
Looking like,
Between 2018 and 2022, your story changed.
shout out to James, you
about
feel me? Shit is
whether
real.
there was a plan to rob someone, correct?
Yes.
You told this jury yesterday that, it may have been the day before, that everybody left Diedrich's house with a gun, correct?
Yes.
You said all four of you had a gun, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
And your testimony was that you were planning to do a robbery, and that's why everybody had a gun, correct?
Yes.
Back in 2018, when you were under oath, as you are now, did you say something different about that?
Yes.
The first time that you saw a gun, was it at the time that right at the moment that the robbery was about to take place? Can you repeat that? Sure. The very first time you saw a gun on June 18th, 2018, was it at the moment that the robbery was fixing to take place?
No.
Back in 2018, October of 2018, in the statement to Detective Curcio, did you say something different?
Yes.
When you were getting into the Dodge Journey at Chucky's house, so you're at Chucky's house, you are getting into the Dodge Journey, did you know there were guns in the car when you got into the Journey?
Jack.
Yes.
Back in October of 2018, when you were talking to Detective Curcio, did you say something different?
Yes.
So he read it twice, basically, too. Because back in the day, he was like,
The rifle that was actually used in the shooting, did you see that rifle prior to the robbery?
Yes.
Back in October of 2018, when you were speaking to Detective Curcio, did you say something different?
Yes.
You told this jury that you first saw the rifle come into the car with Michael, correct?
Yes.
Back in October of 2018, when you were under oath and speaking to Detective Curcio, did you say something different?
Yes.
This lawyer trying to get on the map with this case.
You told this jury that you specifically saw Diedrich with a gun.
And he got a fucked up
Correct.
haircut.
Yes.
In fact, the prosecutor showed you an actual gun, and you said that was the gun that Diedrich had that day, correct?
Yes.
His hair looked just like the defendant's hair.
And you said that you saw Diedrich, you said to this jury that you saw Diedrich with that gun June 18, 2018, correct?
Yes.
Back in October of 2018, when you were speaking to Detective Curcio, did you say something different?
I don't remember.
I showed you a copy of that statement. That refresh your recollection.
Bitch, I smoke a lot of dope.
While you're doing that, let me pause here and just want to try this.
Even in jail.
Okay, thank
Look
you.
at these niggas, he tight.
Page 21, the top of page
That's why
21.
watch your friends you keep around you know what I mean?
You know, I need page 20.
And I hate to say it, it's usually the glutton that's gonna rap first. I ain't gonna say the fat boy, but I'm gonna just say the glutton because it ain't just, you know,
So it's the bottom of page 20, line 24, to the top of page
the one that
21,
won every motherfucking thing.
line 7. Start.
Yeah, I said that.
So you
And I
told
stand
this
on it.
jury that you saw Diedrich with a gun on June 18th, 2018. Back in October of 2018, when you were giving a statement to Detective Curcio, did you say something different?
Yes.
Okay, we established he's he been lying.
Let's go to July of 2022.
He been just talking all, what he been sitting in the cell and calling like, matter of fact, I got something else to tell
When
you.
you were, you just told this jury that you knew that there were guns well before the robbery, correct?
Yes.
In the July 2022, when you were being interviewed by this prosecutor, just 8 months ago, did you say something different?
Yes.
Not sure I remember.
I showed you a copy of that. Will that refresh your recollection?
Yes.
Well, this shit is ridiculous. First of all, homie, you got the fucking deal, so just say yes, fuck it. Nah, but he trying to
Page
stretch it out.
9, line 21. Good look at page 9, line
Trying to
21.
stretch it out. He don't want to go
Read
back
the
to that
question.
lonely cell. He like it in there. He like, look at this shit. I'm fixing to go home one day. Y'all niggas fixing to die in the can.
You told this jury that you knew that there were guns in that car long before the robbery started. In July 2022, just 8 months ago when you were being interviewed by this prosecutor, did you say something different?
Yes.
I think you
On
made your
Tuesday
point.
night, when the prosecutor came to see you, did she talk to you about when you had first seen these guns?
No.
When you arrived at Reva and you were going into the store, who had the keys to the journey?
I don't remember.
Was the car turned on or was it left off?
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
Going back to talking about the guns, you described in detail for this jury the guns that you say were there that day, correct?
Yes.
You said that Newsom had a .38, correct?
Hey,
Yes.
You said that Michael had a GSK 22, correct?
Yes.
And you identified a gun that you said was Deidre's, correct?
Yes.
Back in October of 2018, when you were being interviewed by Detective Curcio, did you know the caliber of the guns that you say had been in the car with you?
Yes.
And did you say something different to Detective Curcio in October of 2018 about whether you knew anything about those guns?
Yes.
Yes.
When asked what kind of gun Michael had in October of 2018, did you say something different than what you told this jury?
Yes.
When you were asked what caliber of weapon Trayvon had in October of 2018, did you say something different than what you
So
have
he
told
read
this
it
jury?
twice, yo.
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
If I showed you a copy of that
The first time,
statement, would that refresh your recollection?
the first time he said, I don't know shit. I don't know what happened. They just did that. I ain't know shit. It was them. I ain't know nothing. Now the truth come out. He did know. And he still got to tell what, he got to tell, and he got a rat to get out of the situation. Because he tried the other way, try to say he innocent. Police proved that was wrong. So then he turned around and rat the other way. To just say, fuck it, I'll tell you what really happened if you work with me. Man. Then in the precinct, this nigga got some McDonald's, I heard. And coffee. But yeah, that's what's going on here. He told twice.
Is there a reason your story has changed about the caliber of weapons that were involved in the robbery?
Yes.
You told this jury that when you were in Reva, you tried to call Michael, but it did not connect. Is that correct?
Yes.
Specifically with regards to whether it connected or not, whether you actually spoke to Michael. Back in October of 2018,
You need to hit a push-up.
speaking to Detective Curcio, did you say something different?
Yes.
You said that you had spoken to Michael, correct?
Yes.
Going to 2022. All right, well, let's start here. At this trial, you have told this jury that the reason you called Michael was to confirm that it was X that was in the store, correct?
Yes.
In July of 2022, just 8 months ago when this prosecutor was interviewing you, Did you say something different about the reason that you called Michael?
I don't remember.
Did Diedrich ask you to call Michael to see if Michael needed anything in the store?
He caught him that time. He said, I don't know. He ain't had the...
No.
Would it refresh your recollection as to whether you said anything different if I showed you a copy, the transcript of that statement?
Yes.
I was about to say, that's why he keeps saying that, because he might be bluffing.
Page
sometimes.
10, line 11.
Make sure you got that shit on paper.
Page 10, like, actually kind of starts on line 4, I guess. Line 4 down through line 13.
You should have read it to him. So, this is going to affect the jury how, because they don't give a fuck about none of this shit. They already know he is scum.
All right. So, you've told this jury that you called Michael to tell Michael what that X was in the car, correct?
Yes.
In July of 2022, did you say something different?
Yes.
That was just 8 months ago to this prosecutor, correct?
Yes.
Is there a reason your story has changed between July of 2022 and your testimony here today, the last 3
Because
days?
it was a lie.
Yes.
The boys proved me wrong.
Isn't it true that that story keeps changing because you never called Michael on June 18, 2018?
I called him.
Let's talk about why this, what the plan was.
Straight snitch.
When you were going to perpetuate this robbery. Was the plan to rob X of his jewelry, or was the plan to rob X of the...
Here we go.
The bag? In October of 2018, let me back up.
Here we go.
The plan was the plan specifically to avoid the jewelry?
Yes.
Why is that?
Because I had a crab lock on it.
All right, that was something that you discussed.
Yes.
Back in October of 2018, when asked what the plan was, what you were trying to take, did you say something different?
I believe so, yes.
Okay. You believe so or you know?
Can I see something to refresh the memory?
Yes, absolutely. Page 24, line 10 through 14. Does that refresh your recollection about whether you said something different in October of 2018 about whether the plan was to rob X of his jewelry?
Yes.
You've told this jury that the plan was to rob him of the bag, correct?
Yes.
In October of 2018, did you in fact say something different?
Yes.
You told this jury that on the way, that after the robbery, while you were driving south from Pompano, that
Pompano.
Michael looked in the bag while you all were in the car, correct?
Yes.
In October of 2018,
Y'all was on the
when
ground.
asked whether anyone looked in the bag on your way down from Pompano, did you say something different?
Yes.
Is there a reason why your story changed between October of 2018 and now about why anybody looked in the bag?
Yes.
What's the reason?
Let's talk a little bit more about the money.
50 bands.
Judgment approach.
Rest in
Showing
peace,
the witness
xxxtentacion.
Defense B for identification.
He just wanted to hold a little
Ask you
50
to look at these
ball.
photographs, tell me if you recognize them. Composite of 4 photographs.
They was stalking him though. You know, in the little towns, they stalking.
You recognize these photographs?
Yes.
Are you in all these photographs?
Yes.
These photographs are taken after the robbery, correct?
Yes.
And
Been holding money.
they were in a hotel room up in, I think, Fort Pierce, is that correct?
Yes.
Do these photographs fairly and accurately reflect what everything looked like when the photographs were taken?
Yes.
Sure.
Defense seek to move defense B into evidence.
No objection.
Rest in peace.
Okay.
Without objection, what was previously marked defense exhibit B for identification shall be received into evidence as defendant vote rights exhibit 2, a composite of what?
Permission to publish.
You may publish it will.
I was about to say, I thought they had the bag in the court. They might have that. Nah, them dudes sold that shit. They smart.
Showing you
They not smart, so I don't know.
1 of 4. Who are we looking at?
Me.
That is, what's in your hand?
Money.
Where'd the money come
That's
from?
crazy. You
Robin.
killed your brother,
2
and
of
now you're holding the
4.
money up in the camera.
Whoops.
That's a low
Also
one.
you, correct?
Yes.
All right, take in same time, same
Holding
place,
a level
correct?
grimy right
Yes.
there, man.
3 of 4, correct?
They said
That's
it
still
was
you,
like
correct?
a day later or
Yes.
something.
Take in same time, is that correct?
Yes.
And 4 of 4. 4 of 4. Is that also you?
You know what's up.
Yes.
Also flashing money from
He
Barack?
gets no pussy,
Yes.
now he got some.
And
So that money.
1 of 4. 1 of 4, you are in a hotel room in Fort Pierce
That hotel look
because
crazy.
you were fleeing from
That can't be a
Broward
hotel.
County,
That's a-
correct?
Yes.
And Michael was there with you at that time, correct?
Yes.
I can't believe these dudes.
Also, same hotel room, same time,
How
correct?
stupid could you be?
Yes.
Michael was also there, correct?
Yes.
Look at all the evidence they got just because you're a dumbass want to take a picture.
Same hotel room, same time, correct?
Yes.
Michael was there with you, correct?
Yes.
Real dickhead shit, for sure.
You informed this jury
They're gonna make them pay for that there.
during direct that you got $5,000, correct?
Yes.
And you informed this jury that Michael got $15,000, correct?
Yes.
You informed the jury that
You got
Trayvon got
5
15,
bands.
correct?
Yes.
You informed this jury that Diedrich got 15,000, correct?
Yes.
Oh my
Michael
God.
didn't get 17,000, correct?
No.
He got 5
In
bands.
July of 2022, when you were being interviewed by this prosecutor just 8 months ago, and you were under oath, did you say something different about the amount that Michael received?
I don't know.
If I showed you
I
that
don't
statement,
know.
would it refresh your recollection?
Yes.
Yes.
He got
Around
5
page
bands
23
that
of
tell
the
you
2022 statement,
he's a low man on the
beginning
totem
on
pole.
line 23 and going to the next page. Start right there.
And he probably was jealous all the while. The mother dudes got their little 15, 20.
Got it?
No.
His money
All
went
right.
out real quick.
So I'll say it again. You told this jury that Michael got $15,000, correct?
Yes.
Did Michael get $17,000?
No.
In July of 2022, just 8 months ago, did you say something different?
Yes.
Is there a reason that your story has changed about how much money Michael got between July of 2022 and now?
Yes.
You told this jury that Trayvon got $15,000, correct?
Yes.
Did Trayvon get $12,000?
No.
In July of 2022, when this prosecutor was interviewing you and you were under oath, did you say something different than what you're telling this jury now?
Yes.
Is there a reason that your story would change about how much money Trayvon got between now and, between July of 2022 and now?
Yes.
You told this jury that Diedrich got $15,000, correct?
Yes.
Did Diedrich get $12,000?
No.
In the July of 2022, when you were being interviewed by this prosecutor and you were under oath, did you say something different?
Yes.
Is there any reason at all why your story would change about how much money Diedrich got between
She going to work.
July and now?
Yes.
Isn't it true that that reason is because Michael and Trayvon weren't included in the money cut? They didn't get any money.
Definitely got money.
It was other people, correct?
Other people, what are you saying?
Who got money?
No, Michael Boatwright and Trayvon Newsom got money.
Damn, look how he say it.
Were you lying to the prosecutor in July of 2022 when you told them something different than what you told this jury today?
Yes.
Is there a reason that you lied to the prosecutor in July of 2022 about how much money people got?
Yes.
Did you lie, or is it you just can't keep your story straight?
Objection.
I'll withdraw.
Argumentative.
I'll withdraw.
You will disregard the question.
You know, in the jails, they see each other in passing, and I know
When
they
you
yell.
got back to your house after Reba, who was there that lived at your house?
I don't remember.
Who was there at all when you got back to your house?
I don't remember.
Was there anybody there?
I don't remember.
For all
You
faces.
said on direct that, well, you go back to the house thing. It's your testimony that Michael and Trayvon came back to your house, correct?
They all three came back to my house.
After Reva, correct?
Yes.
Was there anybody else there who would have seen you?
Objection asked and answered, Your Honor.
Ooh, I'll allow it, but
Can you repeat that?
Was there anybody else there at the house who would have seen them?
I don't remember.
You said on direct that Michael changed clothes after the homicide, correct?
Yes.
And you told this jury that he changed into his own clothes, correct?
Yes.
And you said that he did that because he had clothes at your house, correct?
Yes.
That was my brother.
Did Michael didn't change into your brother's clothes?
No.
In October of 2018, when you were being interviewed by Detective Curcio, did you say something different?
Yes.
So which is it? Did Michael change into his own clothes, or did he change into your brother's clothes?
He changed his own clothes, but the act was mine.
Is there a reason why your story would change about whose clothes
Yes.
Michael changed into between 2018 and now?
Yes.
I could be a lawyer now. I'm learning from the repetitiveness. But you know, somebody been yelling
Isn't
at
it true that the reason you haven't been able to keep your story straight about what clothes Michael changed into is because Michael never changed into any clothes?
He changed.
I'm going to show you the part of what was introduced. This is States 3, was introduced yesterday. You see that? The picture come up in front of you there?
Yes.
These two people, who are these two people?
Michael Goldberg and Trayvon Lewis.
All right, and this is at 5:30 p.m. at the Driftwood Apartment Complex, correct?
Sunny Florida.
Yes.
Play a little part, and then I'm going to ask you some questions about it.
He got the stick on it. We did deep.
Michael's wearing shorts in this video, correct?
Yes.
Correct.
He's wearing a t-shirt, correct?
Yes.
He's wearing a camouflage hat, correct?
Yes.
There are no guns on him, correct?
Yes.
He's not carrying any bag, correct?
Yes.
He's not carrying $15,000, correct?
I wouldn't know if he's carrying $15,000.
Okay, so do you think that there's an ability for $15,000 to be carried in those, whatever he's got on?
Yes.
You would agree with me he's not running, correct?
Yes.
You would agree with me
You
he
can't hold
doesn't
50 in
appear to be in any
themselves.
hurry, correct?
10 bands in
Yes.
each pocket.
The prosecutor asked you on the first day
12
if
bands.
the gait and manner of Michael on this video were the same as the gait and manner of the shooter at Riva Motorsports. You remember that?
Yes.
And you said yes, correct? You agreed with the prosecutor about the gait of Michael in this photo being the same as the gait of the shooter at Riva, correct?
No, I don't remember that.
Okay, fair enough. So it's not your testimony then that the gait and manner of this person is the same as the gait and manner of the shooter at Riva?
And you said gate man, you said the way they walk, right?
Yeah, that's it.
They don't walk the same.
Thank you.
You're getting real technical. This the one,
Fast forward now
he the kid that requested Drake, right? I think so.
to crash.
He gotta be. The apartments look nice.
Technology.
So this kid is the driver. They say the driver, you know, that's the same thing to me. It's all a part of the same thing. Right now he
It
claiming.
looks like we're frozen. Do we have a brief comfort break anyways, or try to fix what, technology issue?
One thing he could
Sir,
say
It's
is,
frozen.
Let's take a 5-minute comfort break. Members will take it back there, let us know when each of you have an opportunity to use the restroom.
in the beginning he was saying he didn't know nothing about the robbery, the killing. He just said it was them, all his boys did it. Now he's saying he knew something about it, but the thing is, did you know your boy was gonna kill him? He obviously probably gonna say, oh no, I didn't know he was gonna kill him. So that's what they're dealing with now. He's sitting there ready for lunch. You feel me? And ain't no telling when. Once you see him start going, yeah, that's when he's ready to go eat, because he's on a time limit and he got to eat after a certain amount of hours. You feel me? But it's crazy how he lied in the beginning. First of all, when they called him the first time, he was like, it was all them, it wasn't me, I didn't know nothing. And now when they get to the bottom of it and find out the truth about the situation, now he really telling what really happened. How much time are they gonna give him? How much time did he sign for? You feel me? I don't know what's going on, but he's ratting for a reason. He definitely is not going to be dying in prison like somebody is, because you can't kill you can't kill nobody and get away with it, period. If you fuck all that. But XXX was a promising artist. A lot of people loved him. He had, big following. So niggas they ain't gonna let you but you ain't gonna get away with that. And that's a perfect time to make an example out of somebody, you feel me? So that's what they gonna do, make an example out of these kids. Somebody had to tell though, always somebody gotta tell, or else they ain't gonna get to the bottom of nothing. So your boy folded under pressure. And if he wasn't built like that, then that's what it is, because when you're dealing with murder, homicide, you in the system, and you realize, oh shit, I ain't about this shit. Yeah. Rude awakening, buddy. Rude awakening. But shit. As far as that, that's why I don't know, like real gang members, when they go through shit like that, it's less telling on each other. But when you just homies in the streets and shit, doing fucked up shit, you and your friends, and there's no type of nothing for this dude to be hanging around you. You didn't put him through no test or nothing. You just like hang around him, but then you go do some dumb shit with him, and he tell on you, and you already knew he was that type of dude. Deep down inside, people be knowing who they hanging with and who's built for what and what's built for who. You feel me? But you get caught up in some dumb shit, and you forget that I don't even know this kid for no action. We ain't never really do nothing. You feel me? And now he's just hanging around because he talked that talk, and talked that shit. So you let him kick it. But then you end up doing some stupid shit, and that's the first one. Then you look back and you realize, damn, none of my real day ones did. It was this new motherfucker that we brought in. Or sometimes it's the day ones too, but who's who and who's capable of the shit and who's not. You feel me? Everybody gotta stop. Everybody gotta take initiative for their shit. Because if you got somebody hanging, and you out there doing stupid shit, and you know damn well this kid ain't really about that shit. He ain't ready to go to, go up top, go to jail, whatever. He gonna tell, and you still doing it with him. Then whose fault is that, homie? That's your fault. Just like the Treyway situation, just like, all these other situations where you dealing with the rats that just speak all the facts, you feel me? That's how it go though, most of the time. That's why they say do your dirt by your lonely. A lot of people do that by their lonely. You feel me? Because it's amazing how much trouble you could get in from running with somebody who you thought he could be a friend too, but like I said, that's your fault. Because he probably looking at you like a friend, he probably got love for you and everything else, but when it comes down to that action, he ain't willing to go do that. He got his life on the outs, his kids, his, family, and he ain't willing to do that. And you, most of the time, but then you got them super tough dudes who you really think, and you might get confused and think, oh, he with it. And half the time, those are the first ones to be telling too, you know what I mean? I guarantee this kid was super tough when it was going down. I don't know, they're on a break right now, but he didn't want to deal with that action, He had to tell on all the homies, and now it's, hold up, how much is on the damn? Yeah, they on a break and shit, but maybe them kids didn't know. They grew up with the kid, feel me? And he went and did the thing that we knew he was gonna do. Let me see something. Oh shit. Shit crazy out here. Shit ain't live no more.